So that's what we're doing now, right? So we're typing in the address and everything. We're creating a campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we've typed in the address, it comes up 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, blah, blah. And then we go create and we're going price update. Price update. So remember, Peter doesn't want us to give him the estimate of how much their property is on the market because it's all wrong and it's only estimate and we couldn't get more and it creates an argument, all that sort of stuff. This only gives them comparisons of other properties. It doesn't actually talk about their property, you know what I mean, in their area of past and present. Instead of sending them a letter like they've been saying, send a letter to everybody after you've sold a place.
Yeah.
Oh, this has just been sold. They get six of them. It doesn't have to be from you. So we're up to the first stage here. So we type in a name, Sonia, and then her phone number, which we found, 04. So you don't close all this down. You keep it all up, all 4 of them. 706 554. 706 554. Okay. Now, if there is an email, there'll be an email here. So we got email. So we're typing email. So we've got her full details now.
Yeah.
Okay, which we'll add to Realtair later. And if there's a second vendor, you always chuck their partners in there too. But always try and put the mail first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it makes me feel manly. He's the leader, you know what I mean? So, okay, and then we come to the same thing where we have to change the search thing. Every single time, just do the same thing. You always have the bedrooms up there. Change this to 12, go advanced, go to homes, houses, and save it. Distance, closest, okay? So we want closest 6. It'll load up. Now we just go, hello mouse, where's the mouse? The door. So let's go add. They're quite similar, 400 to 500 square meter. Some big ones there. Let's load some. They're 5-bedroom ones too. I think hers was 4-bedroom, wasn't it? Yeah, 4-bedroom. So we can find 4-bedroom there.
What happens if
That's
we
a
call them
Calendar.
3 days later and then they say that we are not interested to sell the property?
So that's fine. When do you think you'll be selling it?
If they are not interested at all.
Just say no problems. Yep, no problems at all. What I'll do is I'll give you a call every year just to catch up on you and see how you go. So then in Renet, you type in the task for another year, which I'll show you. Yeah. So I always just sort of say, oh, that's all right, I'll follow up with you next year if that's okay. And they go, yeah, no worries. And then if next year they say no, I'll follow with you next year if that's okay. You know, until they get closer saying, oh yeah, 6 months. And then you type, then you send. Yeah? Question?
Is that way to create campaigns and then create one campaigns and then send it to all the streets together?
Not together, individually each house.
Individually?
Yeah.
Okay. So you identify the person by the number and create a campaign.
Yep,
send
so
individually. Yeah.
Price Finder, we find the address. So if we're going to do Audio Street, start at 1.
Yep.
We've got the name, we've got the phone number, which we couldn't find, so then we go to ID for me,
Yeah.
and then we found the phone number, and then we do the pitch.
Okay.
Okay, then we do the price update, then create the campaign, price update, and then we add the properties. So let's add the properties there, for example, and let's go down the bottom and go next. So they're the ones that have been sold in the last 12 months. The first page of the properties. Now, this page here, we're searching for the ones that are on the market. Advanced search, because you need to just make sure that we are keeping it as a house. So if I'm comparing a house with units, and then it will just pop up. And then you select another 6.
So these are on the market now?
These are the ones on the market now, yeah. So as you can see, there's not too many. So Callum popped up. So we've got Stratton and Callum. And next. And yes, because we want to chuck Peter in there. So you've got 2 people. You don't have to, you can have yourself, depends. So yes, so price update, 1 Elliot Place Stratton, has their name, and then welcome, and then bang. So in one day, a whole street can see your face without you even saying hi to them. But you're saying hi to me, see? But people don't worry about emails. People don't do emails anymore. They just jump. So this is better.
This profile?
Yeah.
How did you set this up?
This one gets set up. So when you get your login details and that sorted,
From the reception?
reception or Tian, Okay, she'll set it up for you. Once your subscription is set up, she'll give you login details through your email. She'll send you login details. And then it's just about editing the profile and stuff,
Okay.
you know.
So for the price update, there's no information for the current property.
For their property?
The recent sale.
Yeah, so it comes up here.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the recent sales underneath the profile. This is the link that they open up. Yeah, and then the current listings. They click on that and the current listings come up. So they get the recent sales in their area and the current listings in your area. And then down the bottom, testimonial, and then it has the book appraisal. So I can send it, I won't do it, but I'll send an SMS to her right now. I can. Yeah, I won't do it, don't worry. It's out of my area. Yeah, and then that's it basically. So that's now saved now, so that's all done. Then, okay, after that, the last thing you do is you go to Renet, and then you go to contact, and then you add contact, and you type in all the details. Yeah, okay, but in notes, you type in, then you go to task, and you count 3 days, 1, 2, 3, and then you save. So then once you save, then you get an email saying, will pop up exactly what you wrote in notes.
Yeah.
It will pop up, and then you've got a whole street to call that day.
So
You've got a street a day.
So can we please go back onto Price Finder?
Yes. So Price Finder, and if you can, so we go back to Price Finder. Let's go to the start. This mouse is playing up. Now, once again, the most effective way to get your first sale is withdrawn and current listings. So this is something that you do when you're over it in the evening. Yeah. Okay. But every morning, okay, you need to be doing your withdrawals and price update. Okay. You need all these open anyway. You just don't need realtor to the afternoon once you're over doing phone calls.
So we still have to do phone calls in the morning.
With withdrawn and current listings, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you go on the withdraw, for example, if you go on Stratton for withdrawn and the listings, I don't have much there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much, eh?
Yeah.
So you might want to talk to Peter and get a different area. Where do you live?
I'm in Springfield.
Why are you doing Springfield? There's heaps in Springfield.
He wants me to do Stratton.
Okay. Okay, so we're back to Price Finder.
Yeah.
So we go search.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to show you that now?
Yeah.
So every time you wake up in the morning, the first people that you call are the ones that are currently listed. You get them from realestate.com.au.
So
Okay.
even though they have been listed with other agents, you still contact them?
Yeah, yeah. So we're finding out when they're expiring, when, you know, how they're going with it, when is it exclusive or open listing? Most 97% of the time, exclusive listing. Oh, when does the contract finish out, or when does it run out with the agent? It's funny because most of the vendors, they don't even know, which is confusing because that means that the sales agent isn't communicating with them enough,
Yeah.
and is keeping things maybe a little bit private to themselves, but not revealing when the contract runs out. You know what I mean? So then they can just extend it without them knowing,
Yeah.
you know, which is incorrect. So, mouse must be running out of battery, but sorry. Okay, so we're going to go back to, so your withdrawn and listings and stuff. So you go to prospecting, withdrawn listings, and then you're going to suburb return, search that, tick these boxes exactly how it is,
Yeah.
and then you want to go down to 1 to 360, property type, whatever property type you want to do. Houses obviously have more money, I don't know, but once you've finished doing the houses, then you know you've got nothing left. Then open up, you know, more options. Listing status, withdrawn, off market, or you can do for sale and withdrawn off market. So if you click on that, you get a whole list. So you don't really have to go, if you want to split it up, I normally go onto realestate.com and then I check and see what's going on there. And sometimes they've always had open homes on a Saturday or an auction, and you can go, how'd you go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always promote the 2-in-1 solution. So I always say, you know, well, we offer something that other agencies don't offer, and that's a 2-in-1 solution. And that means that we don't only target local market, but we market internationally. So you've got a lot more eyes on your property. So type in Stretton, there we go, 59 records, right? Perfect. So these ones here, hang on, so you've got to change one more thing. Always go descending. So the oldest to the newest, yeah. So the ones that are off the market. So then it comes up in days, 231 days it's been off the market. Okay, the difference, see how these four sale signs are black? These are the ones off the market. Now, even if they're off the market, pretend that you don't know if it's off the market or not. If they're on the market, pretend you don't know. Always ask the question. You're just seeing if you're still on the market or not. Or you're probably still listed or not. That will tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, so then some have phone numbers, some don't have phone numbers. If they don't have phone numbers, then once again, what you do is these ones here, you don't want to do price updates for because they've had enough information. They're over it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, they're on the market and they don't need any information. So this is the ones that you call. These are the ones that you call from 9 to 12. So 9 to 12 every morning, you're hunting through this list. Okay, so if they don't have a phone number, then once again you go to ID for me, 176. Hang on, let's try a different one. Let's try CCT 112. Now let's find out. Sold. So it's already sold, that one. But it doesn't matter because the whole thing is if they don't have a phone number, you go to ID for me, you find their phone number, okay, you give them a call. Yeah, or sorry, once you've found it, you have a look to see what it looks like. You have a look, see what it looks like. Then you give them a call, and then after you give them a call, you go to Renet and you add contact, write in the note, and if you need to call them again, put task and when you need to call them. Same process each time. You don't need Realtair for this one. You just need 1, 2, 3 for it, and that's it. Now you can also print it out. So you can do. This is what I've done before, and then you get your little highlighters and stuff. This whole list here you can print, so you can have it on your side while you're next to your laptop, and you can just tick them off as you go. But always after you finish calling them, okay, you always put it into your readout. Now, if you're reading it, if they don't answer, you still put them in the RENET,
Yeah.
okay? And in notes, you put NA,
Okay.
you know, not available. And then on your sheet, you just write there, you know, didn't answer. So then every month, start of every month or start of every week on Mondays, you go back and you recall all the ones. And if they don't answer at that time, 9 to 12, then call them after 5 p.m. And then we're always coming back to the same fact that unless we ask the question, we don't know.
Yeah.
So if we don't want to call and we procrastinate, okay, we need to find out ourselves what's going on. So we have to call, we have to ask them.
Yeah.
We have to send them a price like that. We have to do something because we want to find out, right? Yeah, so then you go to add contacts and then you type in all the contacts and then in the notes section, so then if you are scrolling through your RENET and you, so see, I've got 2,553. I haven't even finished doing half of A yet. So if I was doing cold calls now, so we'll move on to cold calls, which is a last little segment. So if we're doing cold calls out of my 2,553 contacts, I will go A, change to 50 because we're supposed to be doing 50 phone calls a day. So you can do a page a day. Yeah. And then boom, everything comes up. Now, how do I know where I'm up to or not? So I've had my PA add some Tenerife, but so for example, all the A's come up. So the name of the name that is, okay? So sometimes last name, but that's all right. But how do I know where I'm up to? I'll scroll, see, I've got note, it's in green. So if I've added a note, I've called them before.
Okay.
Click on that note, it'll tell me the date I did it, general note. Contract runs out end of March, can sell off market. So this person doesn't want to put it back on the market, but they said if I find a buyer, then boom, can sell. So I set up a task for that one. I'm pretty sure to call them in 3 weeks, say, or end of March, or whatever, which is coming up. So then I've already called that person, so you just cancel that close window, your main ReNet thing will stay open over this top left-hand corner. That will stay open, so close window there. That'll stay open, and then I just go to the next one. This person, I haven't called yet, so then I can call. Bang, call. And then
So these numbers, this information you have,
all from Price Finder and ID for me.
okay.
Yeah.
And is this the withdrawal listing or no?
No, cold. Yeah, cold. That one there that I just had, I've already called her, so that one was from the withdrawal listing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but after I finished hanging up from her, I entered it into my ReNet.
Okay.
And because her name it starts with A, it's already there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so if I keep going down, so look, so all these ones here are green, one no. So this one, see NA, not available. So then once again, I didn't talk to them, but I know that I've called them.
Yeah.
You know, so if I want to find out where I'm totally up to, then I keep going until there's no green anymore. I'm pretty sure I'm on like page 3 or something. It'll tell me down the bottom. Look, I've got 276 people that's names start with A. You know, I'm pretty sure like I'm up to like page 3, so I just keep going. So in the next day, to know where you're up to when you log back in, you just go and try and find the end of the green node. So I'm up to here now. So I'll start calling now from this person and give her a quick bill. It looks like the wrong phone number. If you do find wrong phone numbers or the person doesn't match up, you go straight to ID for me and you type in the address and you try and find the proper person that lives there. Or this is your end outcome list, your database, and this is your without even contact. This is your price update. So when you have heaps of tasks, then one day, like in 2 years' time, then you'll get all these emails saying call this person. They're your follow-ups, and then you follow up.
So now tell me, in what situations do we use that one?
The ReNet,
No,
the cold calls.
not the cold calls, the other one. The one you're teaching today.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, is that for current listing only?
No, these are cold. These are cold.
What is cold?
Cold calls.
Yeah.
That means that they're not listed or haven't been listed. Yeah, and you find that from Price Finder in alphabetical order of the street name.
So this one goes through with the street names, even though they are listed or not.
They're not listed, so when you go to Price Finder, you want to do your whole suburb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's easy to start from A and work your way down because you just go search, you go Stretton, so change it to property search, Stretton, suburb, then we go A. Now we've already done the first number 1 in the street, and now we're up to number 2, Mandeep Singh. So we click on that one.
So is this how you got all those your numbers, 2000 something, on your ReNet?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I've had my mum and my PA working for me. That's their job. So then I don't have to worry about it. I can wake up in the morning and just punch out, 10, 20, 30 or whatever. And once again, no one's consistent, but some days you're just like, fuck this shit. But yeah. So then you go through the same thing, eh? We can't find their name and number. Then we go to Price Finder. Okay. And then we try and find his name. Sometimes underneath the wife name, Mandeep Singh and Sharma. This must be old sellers who used to live there. So then we go back to finding the name. So let's go Mandeep Singh. So we're trying to break it down. Mandeep Singh, Stretton. That's his phone number there, right? Now, if he matches up to that place or the Thingo place, the only way to find out is to call him. Yeah. So then you give him a call, and then once you give him a call, then you go to ReNet, you add contacts, and you type in the note and task if you need to task. And then it's just bloody punching them out one by one. And then once you finish with that one, so you do all that first, and then only in your spare time, okay, then you use the Realtek.
That's for spare time.
Yeah. Because if you spend all your time on Realtek, the P will get up here because your KPIs have got nothing there. Plus, it's all about time efficiency.
Yeah.
So making phone calls, okay, from a list is faster then this. So you do your fastest things in the morning and then you go like that. Yeah.
And did you also, one more thing, did you get your numbers as well from 99?
No, I didn't. But I seriously can't afford it, eh? And mate, I've got enough numbers anyway.
Mm.
So they're going to give me a list of numbers that I've probably already got.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no point paying for it. I think I can do it. What they do, what they offer, I can do myself. And the other numbers, the 20 that you get,
Yeah.
the solid leads, they're only for appraisals. We don't want appraisals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to find out if they're selling or not, and when they're selling. Yeah, then we give them appraisal as we face to face. You know what I mean? Yeah. But can offer them a price update. So once again, if they are a bit of a warm thing when you're making phone calls, if they're cold call, okay, and they're like, oh yeah, probably thinking about it in 12 months time. Okay, yeah, that's fine, no worries. What I can do for you is I can send you a price update, which gives you comparative past listings and current listings of your property in your area. You get SMS to you. You just open up a link, and you get one every 3 months. But I'll check up when you're coming closer to the date. Once again, a lot of people are like, okay, I'm ready to sell. Now let's do it, and then we have to go through the process of doing everything. But you can always say to them, look, there is a few steps leading up to putting the place on the market.
Yeah.
So how about I give you a call 3 months beforehand, we can get the ball rolling. Okay, yep, I think that'll do us. Perfect.